The popular social media personality Logan Paul is facing fresh questions over his cryptocurrency dealings, with ongoing concerns he may have profited by misleading fans. He has promoted cryptocurrencies to millions of followers online and appears to have caused prices in these investments to spike. And that's led to suggestions that he could have profited from sales of any tokens that he had held.
I'm personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. And then step 3.
Logan Paul came dangerously close to hitting billionaire status, a goal he's chased from the very start. Every questionable move you've seen from him, CryptoZoo, Prime Hydration, and more, has all been driven by one ambition: to become a billionaire and hold the crown as YouTube's first billionaire. Even though Mr. Beast already claimed that title, Logan kept pushing for it relentlessly.
You guys just say fuck it and just...
The honest answer? When we both hit that B.
I'm out this bitch when I hit that B.
I'm out.
And you're gonna see it unhinged, unfiltered.
Yo, I can't wait, Jay.
And believe it or not, if one person hadn't stepped in and called him out, Logan Paul might have already crossed the billionaire line. That person, Coffeezilla. In today's video, we're breaking down how Coffeezilla crushed Logan Paul's billion-dollar dream, and how that led the FBI to start watching him closely. But first, let's rewind to the beginning, to the moment Logan's multi-million-dollar scam first came into the spotlight. It all started with CryptoZoo. Logan introduced it as an exciting, simple crypto game where players could buy eggs, hatch rare animals, and earn passive income. He marketed it as his dream project. His followers trusted him. Some invested a couple $100s, others poured in tens of thousands. In total, more than $2.5 million was raised, all from regular, everyday people.
CryptoZoo is a blockchain project that I created about a year, and it yields a rare hybrid animal. That animal then yields and collects a token the longer you hold it.
But the project never took off. Eggs didn't hatch. The site barely functioned. There were no proper updates, and most of the money disappeared. Fans began demanding answers, but Logan went completely silent for months. That's when Coffeezilla stepped in. Known for exposing online fraudsters, he made it his mission to find out the truth. He spent an entire year investigating, interviewing victims, examining the blockchain, and even speaking with insiders who worked on Logan's team.
How much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZoo.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around 15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
And what he uncovered was wild. Logan's entire CryptoZoo team was filled with shady individuals. One had a criminal record. Another had been involved in rug pulls in the past. Leaked Discord messages and chats revealed Logan was aware of the issues. He knew his developers were sketchy, but launched the project anyway. Then, once the project failed and investors panicked, Logan and his crew disappeared. No refunds. No explanations. Just silence. Coffeezilla put everything together in a 3-part YouTube series, and it exploded online.
And it wasn't just the NFTs they bought either. The Zoo token also skyrocketed in value, reaching a $2 billion market cap.
Logan Paul eventually replied, but instead of owning up, he threatened to sue Coffeezilla. He uploaded a response video, accusing Coffeezilla of lying, and announced plans for legal action.
Enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance.
But that move completely backfired. Even Logan's own supporters turned against him. Comments like, "You scammed us and now you're mad about being exposed," flooded in. The backlash was intense. Just a few days later, Logan had to delete the video and issue a public apology. He admitted the game flopped and pledged to fix things.
I'm personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC.
But here's the truth. He still hasn't paid most people back, and CryptoZoo remains dead. Meanwhile, Coffeezilla's channel exploded in popularity. Viewers began calling him YouTube's hero. This whole situation turned into one of the most massive creator-related scams in internet history. And it didn't end there. After CryptoZoo, more people began digging into Logan's other money-making ventures. His NFT project, Dink Doink, was another sketchy case, a meme coin he hyped up without telling fans he created it. Then came Prime Hydration, pitched as the ultimate drink. Now it's under fire for misleading marketing, questionable ingredients, and lawsuits over false health claims. Quietly, the FBI started paying attention to all this. Logan is now under scrutiny from regulators, especially over the CryptoZoo fallout. Multiple victims are reportedly taking legal action, and experts say a federal case could open if enough financial fraud is uncovered.
Represented by attorney Tom, multiple defendants have filed motions to dismiss the case, including Logan Paul himself. And so in the meantime, the court has stayed all discovery in all proceedings until they've decided on those motions.
As for that billionaire dream, it's pretty much dead. Brands backed away. His reputation took a massive nosedive. And thanks to Coffeezilla, Logan's real image came out. The guy once seen as YouTube's golden child is now exposed as someone who'd deceive his own fans to climb the billionaire ladder. Had Coffeezilla not spoken out, Logan might have reached that billion-dollar milestone, all built on the hopes and money of everyday people. Now, his empire is crumbling and the internet's finally paying attention. But think about it, who really lost the most? It wasn't wealthy investors. It was regular, struggling folks. People with barely enough money who still invested, hoping for a break. Logan took that hope and exploited it. In this clip from the Joe Rogan podcast with Coffeezilla, Joe himself raises this point. They discuss how this wasn't just a failed project, it was betrayal. Betrayal of trust from people who couldn't afford to lose what little they had.
Last, and people are going to know, and it's going to be more difficult for the next person to, and again, it's not the wealthy investors that will sue. It's these people that put in $2,000 and it was the only $2,000 they had. That's where it's so valuable, and I know that you feel that way, and it comes through in your video, and I think that's why it's appealing and that's why it's working.
I really discovered early on that nobody cares about the numbers. The numbers are like the headline or whatever, but ultimately you can't make this stuff doesn't matter until you get people involved.
And honestly, what Logan Paul is facing now could be the karma from those he cheated. That might be why everything he touches now is collapsing. And as government officials and legal professionals grow more concerned, Logan's situation looks worse by the day. Unless he starts issuing refunds soon, he may be hit with even heavier penalties. Authorities are now taking this matter very seriously.
They're supposed to tell you if they get paid, how much they get paid, whether they own the tokens, whether they've made money on the tokens, whether they actually know something about the project. And we at the Securities and Exchange Commission have brought a number of cases in these areas over the years.
And if you're still thinking Logan Paul's $200 million net worth will help him bounce back or dodge lawsuits, think again. That's a complete illusion. At this point, escaping legal consequences seems highly unlikely. Coffeezilla exposed everything, and now there's no place for Logan to hide. Even the creator of Legal Bites has shed more light on the situation, revealing how Logan's options are rapidly running out.
Is this because Paul's lawyers looked at all of the arguments in the case law and everything else and realized, oh crap, this is about to lose hard and very publicly, and that this would all result in a massive Streisand effect? It's hard to tell from this vantage point, but I will say, having read the arguments on both sides, it did look to me like Coffeezilla was likely to win that argument. And that's where we find out what evidence Logan Paul is so afraid of. Specifically, we start seeing an open reference to some criminal investigations of Logan Paul specifically, and we see the Coffeezilla was in fact the whistle.
And now, even top lawyers are calling out Logan Paul's latest excuse, that he was scammed by his own developers and wasn't the mastermind. He's using this as a defense and even aimed it at Coffeezilla, but it's not working anymore. In this clip, legal analysts break down why that argument won't save him, and why Logan Paul could be in serious legal jeopardy.
They all seem to agree on the underlying facts that CryptoZoo was in fact a scam. The only difference is that Logan Paul is claiming that he was also a victim of bad developers as well, and Coffeezilla says that when you put your name on something and you run the whole project, the reputation is yours. Logan Paul doesn't like the implication, but you can't force your opinion onto tweet is factual. It seems accurate. Logan Paul has blocked Coffeezilla for years. He hasn't paid back all of his customers, so, where's the lie?
At this point, the entire scam empire Logan Paul built is collapsing fast. If more of his old or upcoming shady ventures get exposed, the fallout will only get worse. His entire brand could be destroyed. His fame, influence, and image wiped out just like CryptoZoo. So what do you think? Will we soon hear the words broke or homeless linked to Logan Paul's name? Or will he somehow find a way to recover?